Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Friday Night Comics. We'll see how big of a shit show this one turns out to be. Hope everybody can hear me okay. How are you all doing? Hi, Becca, Ryan, Angela. Who else is here? Shio, how you doing? Evolved, how you doing, man? The cat's, of course, yelling at me now. That's lovely. How's everyone doing? All right. I'm having a few technical issues with my HDMI output, so we may be down to just one screen, which is going to make this a little difficult. Oh, well, have fun at hockey, Evolved. Yeah, I had some technical issues, and then I had to feed the cat. Sorry, BG. Hopefully the Grays don't get me. That cat better be good for something. Spoiled little shit. Hey, Johnny Bonsacco, how you doing, man? All right, we'll start with the usual new comics first. Got kind of a lot to go over today. And, yeah, it's looking a little like it might be a bit overcomplicated today. So if I don't see what you're saying right away, just cut me a little slack because the other monitor's acting up. Oh, nice. Nice. Glad to hear it, Angela. All right, so let's share some screen here and jump over to new comics. All right, next week, the 26th, Image Comics. Garbage, 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 garbage. Lots of garbage. I don't know why they're making a hardcover of Death or Glory. It is not a good book. But hey, I guess somebody will give them $40. So Bitterroot, no. Crossover, not interested. It's kind of boring. Ascender, don't care. Death or Glory wasn't good. Department of Truth, really not my thing. I've heard mixed reviews on it, but it just didn't look like anything I'm interested in at all. Virgin Brides, don't care. Haha, no, I'm not interested. Helm Greycastle, this is the Latinx book that is some sort of like, supposed to be like a Mesoamerican story before the Spanish colonialists got here. The concept seemed fine, but the whole thing that they're using Latinx and a bunch of nonsense pronoun stuff, I'm not interested. Philadelphia, no, not really interested. Made in Korea, nope. More PC nonsense. Manifest Destiny, nope. Monstrous, no. I heard that one had an interesting premise, but I just don't care. Old Guard Tales Through Time. The title sounds kind of long and boring, but I don't know. The art looks like it might be decent. Just not my thing, though. Outcast, I don't care. I can't get into another Kirkman book. He takes too long to get anywhere. Shadecraft, not interested. Spawn, they're supposed to be doing some cool stuff with Spawn, but I'm really far behind, and it doesn't seem like there's any good jumping on points for that. Stray Dogs, not interested. Summoner War Legacy, not interested. Two Moons, didn't look very good. So nothing really from Image. Dark Horse, we got the He-Man and She-Ra complete episode guide is really cool. These books are fantastic. If you're an 80s He-Man fan or She-Ra, these books are great. I have the one with the mini comics. I did a review on that a while back, and that thing is amazing. They also have like a character guide and a toy guide, and they're all really, really cool. They're worth the money, but they're very expensive. I picked up my copy off of eBay for like $30, and I was pretty happy with it. Dragon Age, Goblin, no. Finder Chase, no, that title's dumb. BPRD, Plague of Frogs, it'll probably be okay, but I'm not paying $25 for it. Lady Baltimore, nope. Minecraft, definitely not. Witcher, I've heard these are okay, but it's Dark Horse. It's always a gamble. so I'm not gonna get it. So nothing from Dark Horse for me. IDW, we've got some My Little Ponies Transformers 2, issue 2. I'm definitely gonna get that. Birds coloring book, no. Marvel Action Captain Marvel, nope. Spider-Man, these are reprints from like the late 90s, I think. It's okay. I'm just not buying it. You could buy the original for like $1 out of a bargain bin. Star Trek Year 5, that's a trade paperback. I gave up on that one a while ago. I've heard it's still good, but I didn't really want to hear the whole gender non-conforming fish people thing. It was dumb. Star Wars Adventures, that's probably okay, but it's $6, so I'm not getting it. The Last Ronin issue 3, I'm going to get this. It's $9. It's oversized, which really kind of sucks to put it on the shelf, but it is perfect bound, so you can put it on a bookshelf. It's just kind of a weird size. So for my IDW, I'm looking at My Little Ponies Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin, which is kind of the Dark Knight Returns of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At least that's what they're going for. Now, Marvel, Alien, that was boring. That cover's cool, though. Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer, definitely not. Beta Ray Bill, the art's awful. Black Panther, I'm going to skip that. It's Ta-Nehisi Coates. So, no Black Panther. There's a lot of variant covers for that one. Black Widow, no interest. She's become a Mary Sue character. Champions, and Big in Your Fist, no. Dawn of X, definitely not. Demon Days, X-Men, I'm not interested in any more X-Men crap that isn't the Legends book. Heroes Reborn, I am going to pick up. I've been enjoying that series, surprisingly. It's been pretty good. I just picked up issue 3, but I haven't read it yet. But the first 2 were pretty solid, so I'll check that out. Magneto and the Mutant Force, I'm not going to get any of these peripheral books for Heroes Reborn. There's a whole bunch of them. It's mostly one-shots and a couple of miniseries I have no interest in. Incredible Hulk Omnibus. This would actually be really cool, but it's $125. So if I'm going to get that, it's going to be on in-stock trades or half-price trades, and I'm not paying $125. Iron Man by Grell, that would be actually really cool because Mike Grell is a legend. A legend. It collects Iron Man 50 through 69. That's a good run. So that's worth the $40, but I don't have $40, so I'm not getting it. Loki, Agent of Asgard, nope. Maestro, that one kind of wore out its welcome. The War and Pax one I didn't bother with. The first miniseries was okay, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't good enough. I'm going to keep picking those up. The Man Thing Omnibus would be kind of cool. It collects a lot of obscure Man Thing stories, but it's $125. Same problem as the other ones. Miles Morales, no, stupid. New Mutants, garbage. Reptile, I have no interest in this at all. This looks absolutely stupid. Marvel is out of ideas. I mean, look at this crap. That's so dumb. So I'm not getting that. Spider-Man, Spider's Shadow. This is a second print of issue 1. I liked it. I thought the first book was really good. Star Wars Darth Vader. It's a tie-in to War of the Bounty Hunters. Not interested. Dr. Aphra, same thing. Not interested. Dr. Aphra's a stupid character. The Marvels, number 2. Nope. X-Men, garbage. So really from Marvel, I'm just getting Heroes Reborn. That's just makes me sad. And then Dynamite has a bunch of $50 books that nobody should waste their money on. George R. R. Martin. No, I'm not interested. Invincible Red Sonja, $50 books. Regular Red Sonja has been pretty trash, so I'm skipping that. Vampirella, $50 books. So nothing really for me there. This Deja Thor statue is really cool, but it's nowhere near $275 cool. So nothing from Dynamite. Boom. Abbott 1973 is stupid. It's boring PC nonsense. Downriver People graphic novel. That's got a dumb title. I'm not interested. Dune I will pick up. Firefly, again, no. I'm not that big of a fan. I'm sure it's fine. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, I don't care. Something is killing the children, get it in trade because it goes nowhere for a really long time before anything happens. Spectre Inspectors is dumb. So I'm really just kind of getting Dune from Boom. All right, before we get to these, let's jump over to DC. Action Comics is trash. They're replacing Superman with Superman Jr. here. Well, he goes off to Warworld in this title. And then they're ending the Superman series to make Son of Kal-El. I have no interest in that garbage. Batman Black and White is a spit in the face of the original, where it was actually good, talented people. Some of the art in this is okay, but the stories are lazy. Batman Superman I will pick up because this has been a pretty fun series. Batman the Dark Knight Detective. This is a reprint of some older books, and it's got some really good stuff. Norm Breyfogle and Steve Mitchell. There's some great art in these. Some really fun stories, too, where he fights like voodoo priests and random crazy stuff. Detective Comics I gave up on. Mariko Tamaki's a garbage writer, and this is just lazy, boring stuff. Flash Impulse, not really interested. Harley Quinn, that art is garbage. Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom, garbage. Robin #2, I am going to pick up. First issue was okay, so I'm going to check out issue 2 and see if it really gets going. I don't like how they're making him so super powerful, effectively as being like one of the greatest martial artists ever. But it's looking like it has potential. Stargirl, I'm going to pass on that one. It's probably okay, but I'm going to pass. Strange Adventures is Tom King ruining something else. Superman Mythological, not interested. Teen Titans Academy, I have no interest in. They're really pumping up Peacemaker because he's in the new Suicide Squad movie, so The Authority is the Mark Miller time period, so it was garbage. Art's good, though. Frank Quitely's a good artist. The Other DC History, nope. That's more trash. So there's also Milestone Returns coming out, but they don't show it here for whatever reason. And that was actually pretty good. The original run of it was pretty good. So I was rereading some of those a while ago because I never really read a lot of them. And the ones I did read, I didn't understand what was going on because it was middle story arcs. But I'm going to get that. That's a $5 book, but I'm going to see how bad they've screwed up the Milestone universe. Because there's some Black Lives Matter nonsense going on in there. So just Batman and Superman, Robin, and Milestone for DC. So meanwhile, on the other ones here, we've got 25th, don't care. 2000 AD, don't care. Alice in Leatherland, okay. Baby Yoda, Surubus one-shot, that could be funny. Archie, it's fine, I'm sure. Blue Flame, I'm going to check out. Let's look at this cover. This is sort of an homage to an older comic, but I like the look of this one. This is by Christopher Cantwell. He can write when he wants to, when he's not trying to stretch out for the trade paperback. And he's a cosmic hero that is kind of a do-it-yourself guy, and he works as an HVAC repairman during the day, but apparently there's going to be some sort of cosmic trial, and he has to kind of prove his innocence or whatever. So that looked like it might be interesting, so I'm going to pick it up. It's probably going to be garbage, but it might be good. I do like the Doctor Doom homage from Marvel Superheroes. That's kind of cool. Secret Wars original. So let's see. The John Carpenter books are fine. I'm just not getting this miniseries due to financial cutbacks. Casual Fling, I'm not getting that. Anything by artists, writers, and artisans. Like I've said before, just get the $10 trade paperback. Don't waste your money on the single issues. Classic Pulp Ghosts. This looks pretty cool, but My comic shop said they're not going to order it because it's Source Point. Otherwise, I'd get that and maybe Cult of Dracula. Then we've got some Dynamic Forces signed stuff. The Edgar Rice Burroughs sketchbook looked like it might be cool, but sketchbooks are kind of boring. So not really my thing. If you're an artist, you'll want to check those out. It's only like $4. Don't get the $10 version. Just get the $4 one. Era of Great Wonders. Nope. Fox and Rabbit. That I don't even know what that is. It's probably really weird. I'd like to think it's a kid's book, but I doubt it. Girls of Dimension 13, I'm not interested in. Goon, I've been meaning to get into, but the trade paperbacks are a little pricey. Gung Ho is trash. Breathe the Body is stupid. Hold Up, not interested. How Realist Hero, whatever. That sounds dumb. All right, we've got Kaiju Max trade paperback. That's probably interesting. I don't know. Lady Death is generally not bad superhero type action if you want jubblies and whatnot. But yeah, it's fine. It's just expensive, $5. Although that seems to be the going rate these days. Man Goat and Bunny Man, number 2. I'm gonna get this. It's $6, but the first issue was pretty fun, and Zenoscope has done pretty good by me, so I don't mind supporting a small press for a little bit more than regular issues if I can, especially if I know they're gonna be consistently decent reads. Mark Schultz, Xenozonic, I don't care. Miranda and the Maelstrom, I don't care. Misadventures, the art's crap. Modern Frankenstein looks like more PC nonsense from what I read about it. Money Shot, I'm not interested. Monstrous Heartbreak, the art's a little too weird for me, so I'm skipping that one. Moon Maid, I'm going to get that because it's American mythology, and the Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff is pretty good. So then we're at Neverland Annual, which I'm sure is fine. I just don't care about that side of Zenoscope. I want the more Earthbound stuff. Ninjas and Robots, issue 7. I'm absolutely going to get this. This is a crazy series. It's a lot of fun. Nuclear Family, don't care. Oliver Tree versus Little Ricky, that just sounds stupid. Pulp Detectives, it looked okay, but I've never heard of the company. Henchman, I don't know anything about that one. And that's another company I've never heard of, and the art didn't look that great. And it looked like it was about supervillains anyway. Shadow Doctor, not interested. Shadow Service, stupid. Red Shift, I'm not really interested in that one. Shadow Man, I'm going to pick up issue 2. Issue 1 was all right. I'm going to give it a few issues. Cullen Bunn's a real mixed bag when he does superhero stuff, but he does horror comics pretty well, so we'll see how he does with that. I know his last run on it wasn't very good. Sweet Downfall, I read the one issue like giveaway thing. It was like a $4 thing to sample the trade. I felt very deceived by that, but it was an interesting concept for a story, and I wouldn't mind reading it, but I don't want to pay $20 for it. So I'm going to wait till I can get it for like $10 or less. The Rise issue 1. This is a second print. I've got the first issue laying around. It's a real thin book. It's like 20 pages. That's why it's only $3. It's supposed to be the lead-in to Night of the Living Dead, written by Romero's son. So that could be interesting if you're a big old-school Night of the Living Dead fan. Trogs, I'm going to get this. This sounded interesting. Guy has to escort a woman to a safe place, and they're being hunted by monsters and stuff. So that sounded like it might be good. I'm going to get the $4 version because I don't really care about the covers that much. It's American mythology, so I'll definitely check that out. White Lily, that's actually a pretty good book. Issue 4, it's only a 5-issue miniseries. So if you're looking for some like World War II pilot action, that's pretty interesting. And then Yuki versus Panda. This one I'm actually looking forward to. Apparently, something happened at the zoo, and this panda has sworn revenge on Yuki. So it looked kind of cutesy stupid. So I'm going to get that. I had to special order that because it's Source Point. And Zorro New World, I'm definitely going to get that because it's Zorro and it's American mythology, and I've loved their Zorro stuff. So for the smaller press stuff, we're looking at Blue Flame, Mangoat and Bunnyman, Moon Maid, 3 keys, number 3, Ninjas and Robots, Shadow Man, Trogs, Zorro, Yuki versus Panda, and probably White Lily. Because I don't know if I have this issue. I think I do, but I haven't found it yet. So I think I misfiled it, but I'm going to probably end up ordering it just to be safe. Because I don't want to dig through a dozen boxes to try and find it. So that's the upcoming comics. So let me check in with the chat. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. It's just I can only have so many screens open at one time. So how's everyone doing? I see there's more people here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, old guy, how you doing? Dark Resurrect, how's it going, man? Hey, Camel. Hey, Hazmat, how you doing? Kyler, this is Kyle. How you guys doing? Yeah, sorry, I'm down to one screen today. For some reason, my HDMI hookup doesn't want to work. And it's screwing with my other monitor. So we're running a little half-ass here. We're chatting amongst ourselves. Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. It's just technical. Alice in Leatherland. Yeah, it is basically a fetish book. Oh, hey, monkey. How dare you? I know, I'm a monster. All right, let's see here. What's first on the story agenda? All right, so we got some bad news on the Star Wars front. So it's a day ending in Y. Oops, nope, wrong button. It looks like Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic show is put on hold. This comes to us from Gizmodo. With the next movie 2 years away, the immediate future of Star Wars is on TV. No shit, idiot. Last year, Lucasfilm announced Star Wars Disney Plus future with one series called Rangers of the New Republic. It, alongside Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ashoka, were in the lineup. We're supposed to link up with a major crossover event. However, a new report from Variety states Rangers is not currently in active development. IO9 reached out to Lucasfilm for comment or clarification, and they haven't updated, so they haven't heard back. This tidbit is from a larger piece the outlet did this week on the internet hubbub about Dave Feloni. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, don't forget Disney Plus has Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Alkalite, and Lando also in the works, which aren't directly Feloni projects, but you can bet he's consulted on them. So what it sounds like from the other articles I read on this is it may be that Gina Carano's not coming back, obviously. So if she's not coming back, that throws their whole plan into the wind, and they probably had to cut this show to work around it and maybe save some money. So I don't know if they're actually going to go through with the Obi-Wan show, Lando, or Andor. Sounds like Andor's a go, but the other ones might be kind of up in the air. And it sounds a little questionable whether or not any of these are really going to happen. And I don't blame Carano for not wanting to go back. Oh, hey, Oki, how you doing? So, yeah, I don't blame her for never, ever talking to anyone at Disney again. But there have been rumors that she was on set. So, I don't know. I think maybe she might make a guest appearance or two if they tossed enough money at her, but I doubt she would come back for an entire series. So the speculation's been running wild, but I don't know. It doesn't look good. I don't have a lot of faith that things are going to change over there. Andor scheduled to film soon. That's what I thought. I thought we looked at an article about that. Yeah, I don't know how far along they've come on the Daily Wire project, Resurrect. I'm sure they've got quite a bit. hammered out as to what kind of stuff they want to do. Maybe when she's done with that, she'll consider if they shovel enough money at her. But I think she's just going to let Disney swing into it for a while. And I don't blame her a bit. All right, let's get into our next article here. Boom. The Mandalorian EP executive producer Dave Filoni's, quote, new job at Lucasfilm isn't actually new, but fans on Twitter got excited anyway. This is from Variety. Last summer, Lucasfilm quietly promoted the executive producer and frequent writer and director of The Mandalorian to executive creative director for the entire studio. But the company didn't update its website until this week, which is when it began to percolate and then explode across Reddit and Twitter as if the promotion had just happened. And this has been going around to all the sites. All the usual YouTubers and sites have been talking about this. Yeah, people are really excited, but it may be a little bit unfortunate that this is not exactly new, and it's kind of a thing that he's been doing. So this is not him replacing Kathleen Kennedy. This is just him doing his job at this point. But everybody wants him to be replacing Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know that that's actually a good thing because he is pretty far left and he might inject politics or keep stuff the same. And that would be a big mistake. Plus, he's really good friends with Rian Johnson, who we all know from Last Jedi. And there's talk that Rian Johnson wants to direct an episode of The Mandalorian. So good luck with that. Now, he is very popular, and that's fine. But I don't know that this is going to be such a good thing. I think if they promote Favreau, then we'll see something interesting happen, but I don't think that's going to happen either. Yeah, there's another reason some of the Star Wars fans rejoiced at the news of Filoni's title of Executive Creative Director. Kennedy remains a lightning rod for a certain subset of fandom, and predictions that she's leaving Lucasfilm have been so common they are practically white noise. That's a fact. Oh, something going on down the street. But as other fans have noted on Twitter, Kennedy is the one who gave Filoni his promotion, and Disney leadership has given no indication that Kennedy will be leaving her post anytime soon. So don't get too excited, guys. I hate to be the bearer of stagnant news, but it may not be as good as everybody hopes it is. I didn't get to see Run, Hide, Fight Dark, but I've heard it was really good. So I do want to check that out, but I don't really want to pay money to join the Daily Wire for that. The promotion happened a while ago, Shio. They just never updated their website. So he's actually been in that role for months. So it just now is hitting the news because people didn't know that he had been promoted under Kathleen Kennedy. So he's been this executive creator for quite a while. For months. So this is probably a distraction that I wouldn't get too excited about. He did get a promotion, but it was months ago, and it's got nothing to do with Kathleen Kennedy staying or leaving. She's the one that promoted him, allegedly. I will neither confirm nor deny that, Dark, because I'm not that dumb. All right, so we got some eBay news here. eBay did something some of you may be upset about. Yeah, that's exactly it, Oki. This might be purposely done to distract from what's really going on. And this way, if she does exit, they could be like, well, look, we promoted him. But he's not in a position like she is. It's a different type of position. It sounds kind of like a made-up one, too. I like Filoni when he's working with Favreau. Yeah, Favreau really is the heart of the Star Wars shows. And the more they fuck with him, the more it's going to damage the brand. because he is actually making stuff people want to see. And the episodes he wrote for Mandalorian were some of the best ones to me anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. In charge of Disney's cryonics division. Yeah. Maybe they'll thaw out Walt there. Yeah, exactly. Okay. She looks good for promoting him, and it looks good on her resume. I don't know what's going on over there. I think they're playing a lot of games and releasing a lot of disinformation. So don't get your hopes up that things are going to change. People are getting way too excited. I haven't watched Bad Batch yet. I've heard mixed things. But I'm not really big on the animated stuff anyway. So I was kind of putting it off. But I might binge watch that tomorrow. All right, on to the next story. This one's pretty interesting. eBay is banning hentai and other adult content. That's something people are overlooking. They'll no longer permit the sale of sexually oriented material. People are focusing on anime, like this is from Motherboard, which is Vice. And they're focusing on all the anime crap, or the hentai. eBay announced that it'll be closing the site's adults only section and banning the sale of most adult content and items. Adult Video News first reported on Thursday. Oh, Adult Video News. In a new adults items policy on eBay's website, the giant stated that sexually oriented content, including sexually explicit films, anime, and books, will no longer be allowed on the platform. Furthermore, any item containing nudity will also be prohibited, and even modeled clothing that is see-through or very tight and shows human genitalia, the anus, or the nipple areola of female breasts are a no-go. In a statement to Motherboard, an eBay spokesperson said the move was in the interest of safety. Yeah, okay. Burkas are probably still allowed. eBay is committed to maintaining a safe and trusted marketplace, the spokesperson wrote. Spokesperson, whatever. Starting June 15th, 2021, items showing sexual content or sexually suggestive poses will no longer be allowed on eBay. The everything else adults only will no longer be available as a category. No new listings will be allowed in the adults only category, and good till canceled listings will end up upon their renewal date. There are a few exceptions, however. The sale of sex toys will continue to be allowed as pre-approved sellers, by pre-approved sellers, and only if they are new in their original packaging. Don't buy used sex toys, that's gross. Meanwhile, non-sexually explicit nude art will also be permitted. Well, I think porn is art. How's that? Fuck you. As AVN pointed out, eBay, interestingly, also makes an explicit exception for Playboy, Playgirl, Mayfair, and Penthouse magazines, which are popular among collectors. Hey, so is Eagle and Barely 18, you sons of bitches. The move is sure to be a blow to many sellers on eBay. Yeah, this is good. I know a couple people that sell porn on eBay, and they're going to be destroyed by this. The site is a popular place for buying and selling vintage pornography, for example, as well as erotic fiction. eBay did not respond to Motherboard's inquiry regarding the motivation behind the change. At the bottom of the new policy, the company writes, "We want to make adult items available to those who wish to purchase them and can do so legally while preventing those who do not wish to view or purchase the items from easily accessing them." Then why are you getting rid of it? You can't even really search for adult content on there very easily. Like finding the adults only section is very, very difficult to begin with. So this is weird puritanical shit. I don't know what televangelist or SJW nude hater got in there, but this is crap. It seems there have been a number of other ways of preventing people from seeing sexually explicit material that don't involve a blanket ban. The change comes at a time when platforms like Facebook and Instagram continue to tighten rules regarding sexual content and nudity. Last year, new guidelines implemented by Instagram meant that sex workers could no longer be allowed to advertise on the site. It's striking that eBay feels the need to police sexual content when a number of questionable items such as Nazi uniforms and anti-vax t-shirts remain on the site. There's a lot of questionable stuff by these standards, but the fact that you can't buy anime, hentai, or porn is a little disturbing. So certain magazines are given the exemption, but not others. What makes the difference. Like some of the books, the vintage books and stuff that people used to buy, the erotica stuff, it's garbage, trash, but there are people that collect that stuff. So how do you draw that line? The fact that they're doing a broad sweeping ban is very surprising to me because they make a lot of money off pornography on there. There is an amazing amount of porn on eBay. And this includes like everything from art prints to vintage posters of porn stars, autographed material, 8mm films, all that. There's a litany of porn. So where are you going to be able to get this stuff now? Well, congratulations on your black market you just created, and you're opening the door to a competitor. So that was actually kind of surprising to me. Yeah, it's drawn and animated. This really is kind of the bigotry of SJWs because they don't like nudity. And of course, some of it is probably due to the chicks in schoolgirl uniforms and stuff like that. And they're just like, fuck it, none of it. So that's probably a big no-no. Boom, new in box. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're following the new moral majority. That's exactly it. A great way to put it, Kyler. So yeah, that kind of made me mad because this censorious crap is really getting out of hand. It's tiresome. Let me get rid of some ads on here, and we'll go to the next one. So we got some better news coming up here, if I can get the stupid websites to load. And that is that the new Masters of the Universe stuff, we've got some new pictures for it. Yeah, eBay, you're right, BG. eBay might be making the change due to Stripe or PayPal, but I don't know. I think they would have shifted the blame to someone else if they could. I would expect you're going to see hentai being removed pretty much en masse from various sites. They're going to start treating it. I wouldn't be surprised if China was behind this, but that's conspiratorial. Yeah, okay, that doesn't surprise me. It's going to start with hentai, and then they'll work their way through the regular porn. That's how these trends seem to happen. So yeah, I don't like the way this is going. We fought hard to get our porn. Get it? Fought hard. But yeah, this is not surprising that the new moralists are out there and want women in garbage bags to hide their features from the male gaze or whatever. Shameless shill. Okay, let's take a look at the new Masters of the Universe stuff, because this stuff is pretty interesting. Clownfish TV first. This is D-Resed, one of their sites. And Netflix HeMan Toys spotted. This isn't your father's Masters of the Universe. Now remember, Netflix is doing 2 Masters of the Universe cartoons. This is not the Kevin Smith one. This is for the other one. So, yeah. Look at that. This is some definite 90s inspiration. Look at this fuck off Final Fantasy VII sword, too. Power sword looks stupid. So here's He-Man. Forms an H or something. These are huge, and they're blocky, and it doesn't look like the arms do a lot of movement. Just bends here and maybe up here. So this is definitely aimed at younger kids. These guys kind of ages 4 and up. So this is definitely aimed at a younger audience. This is a funny article. Vegan mom horrified that her daughter ate chicken nuggets. People are crybabies. Skeletor looks pretty cool, kind of scary. Not really the Masters of the Universe I'm familiar with, but if they're going for a younger audience, this might actually not be too bad. So I'm not a huge fan. I might try and track some of these down and do an unboxing for the patrons. because I've got the other He-Man ones they re-released that are really, really cool. But this is a different thing. This might be good though if the show is good. This is Battle Armor He-Man. I don't know if it kind of looks like he transforms or something here. He's got like a sword action too. And he's Neon's right here. They're very chunky and look like rescue heroes. And those were aimed at preschoolers. And they were very, very popular. The rescue heroes, everybody knew somebody's kid that had those. So I don't have a problem with this per se. I am intrigued to see what the figures actually look like, though, because they have these bigger hands and the very 90s physique of giant arms. So this might be really good for little kids, and that might be a good way to get kids into Masters of the Universe at a younger age. So we've only seen 3 figures. I don't know how many there are in the lineup. It doesn't really say, but these are definitely aimed at a younger audience. And I don't really have a problem with that as long as the show's good and the toys are durable and it gets kids into fantasy stuff because fantasy's cool. So let me stop sharing for a second when I switch articles. And we'll jump over to the Kevin Smith toy line. If I can get the page to load. Now, we looked at some pictures from the show last week. Why is it anyone's business when someone gets off to? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. There's a vegan mom got upset that her ex-husband gave her daughter chicken nuggets. Not my He-Man either, but hey, if this could be a lot worse. I promise you, it could be significantly worse. All right, so let's look at the new toys for Revelation. I'd rather they just did the line they released last year. I liked those figures, and they were supposed to release a bunch more, like Panther and Trapjaw and a bunch of others. But they're apparently not going to do that anymore, and they're going with a new line of toys. The He-Man looks pretty cool. He's got this like bigger gauntlet here, which I'm kind of indifferent on. He's got interchangeable hands. He's got the shield. No battle axe from the look of it, though. Unfortunately, I can't make these pictures any bigger. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to kind of bear with me on that one. We'll see some closer pics a little later. Skeletor looks a lot more like Skeletor. A little weird on the shoulder to head ratio, I think, but the figure doesn't look bad. Interchangeable hands, whatever the hell this thing is, and his usual staff. Now, he doesn't have his half of the power sword, so I don't know if they're going with that storyline or not. Evil Lynn, you can change your head out to Old Lady Evil Lynn or Lady Gaga Lynn and original, cooler looking Evil Lynn. And she's got a purse, and she's got her scepter, hands, smaller scepter, or footman's mace, I don't know. And these are 9 inches tall, so they're a little bigger than the previous ones. I think those were 6 inches on the original 80s ones. So these are taller. They're probably going to be about $20. Mossman, I don't know. He looks a little goofy. And this is Skelegod. So Skeletor must get some kind of upgrade. He's got the old battle armor symbol on his chest, and he's got the power sword there. So I'm guessing he's going to defeat He-Man and take the power sword, and Tila will come in and save us. And he's got like a power blast thing here, and I don't know what those are. Whatever. This one's the weakest one, in my opinion. Battle Cat looks pretty cool. Lots of points of articulation, which is a little overkill, but looks pretty cool with the armor on. Remember, this releases July 23rd, so Wave 1 of the toys is supposed to hit June 15th. So in a couple weeks, we'll see these on the shelves. So we got about different toys here. All right, let's look at the other article. This is actually from Mattel's website, if it'll actually open. And this is a slightly better look at the figures. So here we got Moss Man. This looks like a weird sex aid. I do miss the flocking, not gonna lie. Made him look like a piece of carpeting, but closer look at Skeletor's face. Now, if they made his face glow in the dark, that'd be sweet. But they're not gonna do that. This thing, I think, is just up too high. That kind of bothers me. It doesn't look right. It makes his head look small. See what I mean? His head looks tiny. I think this thing needs to be dropped down just a bit. But that's probably a little nitpickier than it needs to be. But yeah, looks kind of cool. There's HeMan. Looks pretty good. They need some more figures, though. Like, where's Stratos? Evil Lynn's in here, but these are the only 4 pictured plus Battle Cat and the other Skeletor one. So, yeah, I don't know. Mossman, probably the weakest looking one. And Lady Gaga face here. Rah, rah, Amiibo. Ooh la la. See, this is a much better look. Classic. So hopefully these are cool. Excuse me. So yeah, you can see the points of articulation here. This is definitely for the adult collectors because you can do all sorts of posing with them, and they're probably going to be really expensive. I don't know why he's got like jello around his neck. That's kind of weird looking. The big shoulder thing's a little too anime for me. The gauntlet things, but it doesn't look too bad. I just think that's the weakest figure. Battle Cat kind of looks like he has downs here. Looks a little better here, but yeah, Downs Cat. I don't know about that. So yeah, these actually look pretty good. They're not saying how much. Last year we set the stage for the 2021 reboot of Masters of the Universe with the collectible action figures at Castle Grayskull playset, which I never found a Castle Grayskull. I really want one, even though I already have the original. Want the new one. It offers a retro play experience. Too much fanfare. Yeah, which you should have kept releasing those instead of doing new stuff. Like, you could have made one of these for that line instead of making an all-new line because you already had an Evil Lyn, Skeletor, He-Man, etc. So I don't know why they're doing this, but the figures don't look too bad. They're definitely aimed at adult collectors, though. Hey, TOS, how you doing? Does she have boob action? Probably not. They never had jiggle action on the toys. Jiggle physics would definitely be good for the toy lines. I think toys need that. Downsy Cat. Boob action is important. Hey, Merle, how you doing? Hey, Della. Yeah, I'm not going to like the answers they give me. So, I don't know. Oh, something happened here. Did I have more pictures of those? Nah, it looks like it's all the same. All right, so close that tab. Yeah, it's a lot harder with one screen. All right. Now we got to talk about the... Oh, good morning. Yeah, it's meant to like kind of look fiery or something, but yeah, it still just looks like he has jello on him. If it doesn't glow in the dark, it's not cool. All right, next article is AT&T spinning off Warner Media to merge it with Discovery. Now, Brian Stelter wrote this article, so the human thumb, because this one's from CNN. So this has been very confusing and controversial. A lot of people have different takes on this, but it looks like AT&T does not want to do anything with Hollywood anymore. They overpaid for Warner and HBO and all that, and HBO Max has been really underperforming. So what it looks like they did was took Warner Media with a bunch of its assets and are sort of selling it to Discovery, and they're going to have people on the board And Discovery is going to be running it, and they're going to have people on the board too. So nobody's real clear on if this is a merger between Warner and Discovery or if AT&T is going to retain control. So let's take a look at the article here. I can't do his high-pitched, whiny thumb voice, so you'll have to deal with mine. AT&T and Discovery announced a deal under which AT&T's Warner Media will be spun off and combined with Discovery in a new standalone media company. The deal, subject to regulatory approval, will combine two treasure troves of content, including HBO Max and Discovery Plus streaming services. CNN will be included in the transaction. Nobody cares about CNN, Brian. Shut up. Discovery CEO David Zaslav will run the combined business according to Monday's announcement. Suck up stuff. On one level, the tie-up is a logical way to best compete with Netflix and Disney. That's true. The two top streaming players. Scale is the word AT&T CEO used in interviews on Monday. On another level, the transaction is also a complex way for AT&T to unwind its 2016 bid for Time Warner, which took effect in 2018 with assets named Warner Media. The spinoff will help AT&T prioritize its broadband business and pay down its huge debt load. They are in massive debt, and they took on a ton from Time Warner, like a ridiculous amount. They, I think, just realized they got a bad deal, and it wasn't going to work out, and this is their way of trying to fix that. AT&T would receive $43 billion subject to adjustment in combination of cash, debt securities, and Warner Media's retention of certain debt. Monday's announcement said. Zaslav said Monday the new media company will start with $55 billion in debt. $55 billion in debt. That's insane. AT&T shareholders will get the majority of the shares in the combined company at 71%, while Discovery will get 29%. So AT&T is going to have the controlling majority, even though Discovery is going to run this. And it's kind of like a shell game from what I can tell, that they're shuffling a bunch of debt off to this subsidiary company so that if things go south, they can just, oh, that didn't work. Shut that one down. So AT&T shares went up 2%, and shares of Discovery, which popped as much as 16% pre-market, were down about 2%. So they're going to name it AT&T slimming down, like I just said. They're dumping a bunch of debt. This might be really bad news for DC Comics because they're included in this deal. I don't know how much interest they have in doing comic books over at Discovery, but they have a bunch of reality shows, and they don't even publish their own magazine. They own OWN, which is Oprah Winfrey's network, and they had their own Discovery magazine for a while, but Oprah's magazine is owned by Discovery. So they publish through Hearst, as in the Hearst company. So will DC be shuffled off over there too, or are they going to do something else, or are they going to shut it down? What are they going to do with it? And how does this affect the DCU movies? I mean, they've already got Batman pretty well done with glowy vampire boy, and they've already got several other projects in the works. Are they going to shut any of those down? There's a lot of unknowns here, and this may not be that good. Although HBO Max has been a pretty good service. I've got it, and I have to say it's actually pretty good. There's a pretty decent selection on there. It's not bad. HeMan get collection. 5G jacks could change everything. I know. But I'm not buying that. But I think this might be an interesting turn of events. We'll see how it plays out. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Hey, HeMan, how you doing? But yeah, I don't know. I don't see this as being a real positive for the comic books, but it might be a positive for the movies. They're determined to keep the course even though it's massively failing. Yeah, BG, a lot of that is due to the new executive they put in charge. He is a big social justice advocate, and that's where a lot of these turns they've been taking have been from. They're canceling a lot of stuff, and they already got gutted pretty heavily a few months back. So it won't surprise me if they end up getting shut down or they just shuff the publishing off to Hearst. and they just do trade paperbacks or something like that. We'll have to see, but I'm not having high hopes or a feeling of confidence about this. So, speaking of things that lack confidence and will probably involve some sodomy, Fantastic Beasts actor Kevin Guthrie sentenced to 3 years in jail for sexual assault. Scottish actor who appeared in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them franchise was sentenced to 3 years in jail, according to the BBC. I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure I've seen him in other stuff, but he looks like a weasel. He's got a big forehead, and my phrenologist would warn me against this criminal head shape. The actor, 33, was accused of sexually assaulting a woman in an apartment in Glasgow in 2017. Guthrie denied the charge, telling the sheriff's court he had helped the woman after she fell ill. I don't think your penis in her was help. Despite the denials, Guthrie's DNA was found inside the woman's underwear. Guthrie was found guilty after a 4-day trial and was placed on the sex offender registry in Scotland indefinitely, according to the BBC. A rep did not respond to People's request for comment. This is from People magazine. So, totally reliable sources, I find. The outlet reported Tom Hughes, the sheriff of the court, similar to U.S. judge, told Guthrie the court must show that women can be protected from domestic sexual offenses. The offense you've been convicted of caused distress and consequences to the young woman involved in the case. She was unwell and thought her drink had been spiked elsewhere that night. Hughes continued, the jury accepted that you committed these heinous acts, and the only appropriate sentence is imprisonment. In 2017, the incident took place in the apartment of actor Scott Reed. The woman, 29, fell ill on the way to meeting both Reed and Guthrie and was helped into Reed's home after arriving via taxi. Reed called the National Health Service helpline and left Guthrie in the room with the woman. She told the court she remembered her shirt being removed and being groped. Okay, we don't need the details. Guthrie played Mr. Abernathy in Fantastic Beasts in 2016 and its sequel, The Crimes of Grindelwald, whatever his name is. He also appeared in Dunkirk and British Channel 4 series Misfits. So yeah, he's gonna have a bit of a tough go. The Brits have some pretty nasty prisons. So yeah, they found him guilty. Whether that means he did it or not, I don't know. But yeah, your spooge in her underwear, kind of a giveaway. So yeah, he's going to jail. So I don't think he'll be in the third one. Him and Johnny Depp will be sitting that one out. This guy will be in jail, and Johnny will be in social jail. So that's interesting. She had a protein deficiency. Yeah, she needed a hot zinc injection. All right. Now on to more distressing news. Kentaro something, the creator of Berserk, has passed away. Died at age 54 of acute aortic dissection. This is from CNET. The guy probably worked himself to death. These manga artists, they work insane hours. Kento Miura created the manga Berserk, has passed away at the age of 54. He died on May 6th as a result of acute aortic dissection, according to a statement by a Berserk publisher. That word. Kentaro's most famous work, Berserk, begins serialization in 1989, a dark fantasy manga set in the brutal, medieval-inspired universe. Berserk impact can be seen in multiple works of fiction, video games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Final Fantasy, alongside manga and anime such as Demon Slayer, Castlevania, and Vagabond, all bear the mark of Kentaro's influence. I can't read that, so yeah. Kentaro began drawing at the age of 10, creating manga for his classmates, but quickly graduated to the real thing, working as an assistant to George Murakawa, the creator of the boxing manga Hajime no Ippo, aged 18. At 18, wow. Berserk told the story of Guts, a mercenary swordsman mixed up in a savage world of endless battles and magic. He's on a quest for revenge against his former master Griffith, who ascended to become a demon god. Well, wow, way to pick him. It was renowned for its unflinching, often brutal visual storytelling mixed with some of the most dazzling and detailed art ever seen in manga. Fans paid tribute online. Some people did some really cool art that isn't showing here because this is an archive, but there was some really cool looking art, some really good line work, so really good hatching too. As a result of Berserk's popularity, an anime was produced in 1997. A film series covering the early story arcs of the manga was produced in 2012, and an additional series released in 2016. Multiple video games based on Berserk were also released. Berserk's serialization was ongoing, and as a result, the manga will likely remain unfinished. So unless he wrote out his plans for a final chapter, I don't think you're ever going to get a closure on this one. And that said, if you're ever writing what you know is going to be a long series, have the endings written out at even just a rough outline of it somewhere in your paperwork. So if you die, God forbid, somebody can finish your work. It's just courtesy. So yeah, I've heard of this manga. I've never read it, but I know people that watch the cartoon and have read these, and I've heard good things. I just never read it. So this is a real tragedy for anime fans and manga fans. So unfortunately, this one will probably never get done. Oh, I'm real chipper today. Basically a heart attack. Yeah. Yeah, and it's probably from his work schedule. Hey, Louie. No Lords of the Night today. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of stepping on them again. Sorry. I usually try and keep these at an hour, and they always end up going over. It's great, really gritty. I'll have to check it out. I know there's quite a few books, so it's one of them I have on my list that people have recommended to me, but again, I can't review them on YouTube because of the copyright rules over in Japan. So they don't have fair use. So they get real bitchy about stuff. All right, so let's get to some more bad news here. You guys like bad news today, I'm sorry. Brie Larson reportedly in talks with Lucasfilm about Mara Jade role in Star Wars. This is on We Got This Covered, not the most trustworthy site. Brie Larson has made it known she's a massive Star Wars fan, blah, 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 ruining franchises wherever she goes. We've heard from sources this week, the same ones told us Shaka, whatever, was going to appear in The Mandalorian long before it happened. Brie Larson is in discussion with Lucasfilm to play none other than Mara Jade, because they couldn't find a redhead to play that role. This will obviously raise a lot of eyebrows, as Mara is one of the most notable Legends characters of the lot, and one fans have been campaigning to be brought into canon for years. Well, be careful what you wish for, because you get Brie Larson. A while ago, we heard that Larson was being eyed for the part, and according to what we've been told recently, things have now progressed to the two parties having talks about the possibility. There's no word if she's the only one Lucasfilm's speaking to, but she does indeed end up in the role. It's likely she'll feature in Kevin Feige's upcoming Star Wars movie, given their established professional partnership. Now, this one surprised me. She's worked with Feige before. She has the connections from Marvel, so it wouldn't surprise me if they do go with her. However, there are other things at play here. For those unfamiliar, Mara Jade was originally the Emperor's Hand, his Force-sensitive top assassin before she reformed, married Luke Skywalker, and became a Jedi Master. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Most of you know the drill if you know who Mara Jade even is. So, I find this kind of questionable. It's possible, of course, but supposedly the source of this was somebody's Patreon post. So I find that a little bit suspect. But We Got This Covered broke this news and are treating it like it's a legit rumor, and everybody's been picking it up. Now, they're doing that for obvious clickbait purposes, as well as the fact that people are weirdly obsessed with Brie Larson because of the movies she was in as Captain Marvel, and she's a giant bitch. So it wouldn't surprise me if she ends up in a Star Wars movie. She does have some star power, especially with SJWs. She's kind of like one of their moral goddesses or something. But I think this might be a bit preemptive. I would wait for some kind of confirmation before getting too outraged, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is legit. I'm kind of on the fence, obviously. that this is real or not, but just be prepared that she's probably going to be in a movie as a Jedi somewhere along the line. You're going to just have to accept that that's going to be a tragedy that happens. So, yeah, I'm not excited about it either, but it's probably going to happen. Whether she plays Mara Jade or not is a different story. My guess is she'll be in one of the TV shows before that, so I would look for that first. Red hair and a personality, it's not good casting. It's not good casting, Giovanni. You're absolutely right. It's terrible casting, but that won't stop Lucasfilm from doing it. Yeah, Louis, Lindsay Lohan would be better casting, quite frankly. She's more likable, even as a drugged out cokehead. So, yeah, Karen Gillian would be a good choice. She's athletic enough. She's got the look. She's got red hair, and she's a better actress. So I could see her doing it, and I think that would be vastly better casting. But hey, they're casting a Black Red Sonja, so what the hell do I know? All right, and for the final article of the night, Batman animated series coming from J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, soon to HBO Max. Bruce Timm is coming back for a new animated show, not a sequel. It's supposed to be much more noir-based. So Bruce Timm art, awesome. J.J. Abrams means it's going to suck. Sorry, J.J. Abrams ruins things. Right, Star Trek? And Matt Reeves, after hearing about all the problems he's having on the set of his Batman movie, I don't have a lot of faith in the guy. What he should have done was fired Pattinson and replaced him, no matter how far along in the movie they were at that point. Because that guy was nothing but problems. They could have just hired one of the stunt guys to play Batman at that point. So they're teaming up for a new animated series. Powerhouse directors, along with DC Animated Universe veteran Bruce Timm, have received a straight-to-series order for Batman Caped Crusader from HBO Max and Cartoon Network. The series is billed as a reimagining of the Batman mythology. So I got $1 that says Batman's going to be black. We are beyond excited to be working together to bring this character back to tell engrossing stories of Gotham City, said Abrams and Reeves in a statement. The series will be thrilling, cinematic, and evocative of Batman's noir roots, while diving deep into the psychology of these iconic characters. We can't wait to share this new world. For Abrams and Reeves, the project represents a reunion after they previously worked on Felicity and 10 Cloverfield Lane. 10 Cloverfield Lane was a surprisingly fun movie. For Timm, the project is returned to the animated world. He helped establish the 1995's acclaimed Batman the Animated Series. Great show. That is a classic. Batman the Animated Series was a masterpiece that shaped the perception of the character for an entire generation of fans. Absolutely. Animation president Sam Register said, "It is in that spirit that we are bringing together three master storytellers, let's not get carried away, each with their own intuitive understanding and affection for the character to create a new series that will continue in the same groundbreaking legacy." I doubt that if Abrams is on board. More show details from the release. Utilizing state-of-the-art animation techniques and technologies available, this powerful creative partnership will once again reinvent Batman and his iconic rogues gallery with sophisticated storytelling, nuanced characters, an intense action sequence, all set in a visually striking world. That's a sentence that does not apply to J.J. Abrams. Here's a teaser of the poster. Yeah, it's Batman. Good job. HBO Max and Cartoon Network have also ordered a new Superman animated series as well, My Adventures with Superman, as Jack Quaid voicing Superman Clark Kent. The series is described as a kids and family or animated series following the 20-something versions of Superman, Lois, and Jimmy as they begin to discover who they are and everything they can accomplish together as an investigative reporting team at the Daily Planet. Here's a first look at the art. Look, a boyish woman, a neebish incompetent man, and a race-swapped ginger. That's every show on TV now. I thought this was a boy when I first saw this. It took me a little while to figure out that was Lois Lane. And I had no idea that was Jimmy Olsen. This is the first animated Superman series in many years. We want to tell our Superman story through the trio of Clark, Lois, and Jimmy, whose relationship dynamic will allow for rich, serialized, and engaging stories as we explore their lives as individuals and their journey together as friends. How much would have bet this dude's gay and he's going to be an incompetent buffoon and she has to save him every episode? And this image is why I don't have a whole lot of hope for this show, because unless JJ is just a producer, it's going to be shit. This looks like hot garbage, and that is a 15-year-old boy. So yeah, that's the disaster I had prepared for you. Yeah, I don't even know who Jack Quaid is, but yeah, David Lynch was not available. No, sadly, Ryan Kent is the guy in front. That they can't do that, Kyle. They have to race swap because we need less white people in entertainment. And gender neutral is the way of the future. They want women to look like men and men to be incompetent, failed women. Oh, he played Huey. Okay. That's a weird choice. I went to Disney World last month and was racist as a black man. Recast as a black man. Oh, that'll happen. That'll happen, Ginger Power. That seems to be what they do. Why create original characters when you could just piss everybody off? All right, that was all I had for today. So we'll do a minute here if you guys have any questions or anything, and then we'll wrap it up. And first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out and hitting the like button, and you two downvoters. Well, that wasn't nice. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and remember to share the video around if you can. That helps quite a bit. Ginger genocide is a real thing. It's also like we've talked about the what they do to American Indians and always making them wear like weird outfits that belong in like powwows and they don't wear in battle. You don't go out in battle like that. How are you going to run in one of those things? It makes no sense. I want Static to be white now. No, he gets his powers at a Black Lives Matter rally. I know that much already. Good comics. Dark, there's always going to be some good comics out there. You just have to find them. Right now, manga is very, very popular. And indie books are where you're finding the better written and drawn art for comic books. Unfortunately, you're going to end up getting away from the main two publishers and have to find new alternatives because they have no interest in changing and they have no motivation to change because they keep getting bailed out. So they're not going to change that. You just have to look for new things that are interesting. And there's a lot of good books out there. There's some really creative stuff going on in the indies, but you have to take a chance on them. And with DC raising their price to $6 for some of their main books, like Joker, $6, and one of the Batmans, and I think that new Superman book's gonna go up to $6. Yeah, you might as well take a shot on a $4 indie book or $5 indie book even. Kind of fitting if Static was white, he got his powers at a BLM rally. That would be funny. But no, he's going to be getting his powers at a Black Lives Matter rally. It really looks like Milestone is going to go full on SJW, which is really, really disappointing because that's going to destroy those characters. And it does nothing. It accomplishes nothing for them. They were kind of proto SJW back in the 90s even with some of the books. So they go full bore with this. It's going to last even shorter period of time than it did in the 90s. Yeah, you might be able to try that, Becca. I don't know. Yeah, not a lot of good news this week. Sorry, the HeMan Toys looked pretty cool, but I'm not seeing a whole lot beyond that. I don't really want to spend $20 for those. Waiting for more books to ship. Nice. Yeah, manga really seems to be the salvation for a lot of sequential art fans. I'm just not a huge fan of the style, the over exaggerated looks and the weird wide mouth thing when they cry with tons of water coming out. I think it looks stupid, but I'll probably eventually have to look into some too. These are good news any week. Sometimes it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Time to go full tart on tour. Well, good luck with that. So yeah, that's really about it. I'm sorry it wasn't better news. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching the show, as always. And hopefully we will see you on Monkey in the Morning or on next week's episode. Be sure and check out some of those DC Animated Universe cartoons. They're really good. There's some good stuff out there. You just got to hunt for it. Don't give up hope. There's still going to be good comics out there. Thanks for coming out, and you guys have a lovely evening, and we'll see you on the next one.